Now, the Greater Manchester Chamber of Commerce has been told it shouldn't be doing business in Bahrain. Protesters were outside the Bridgewater Hall in Manchester today for the start of a meeting between representatives from both sides. The Middle Eastern country's regime has been widely criticised for its brutality, and campaigners say it's double standards to be discussing business opportunities with Bahrain while praising the revolutions in Egypt and Libya. They've been telling us why they felt so strongly about today's seminar.
Adel Marzouk, journalist from Bahrain. I live in Manchester. I have political asylum here. The Bahrain government now have to be alone. Everybody in the world have to say for the Bahrain government, you are doing a big mistake in your country. When you kill the people, when you arrest the doctors, the teachers, the journalists, you are doing a big mistake in your country. The UK money, the UK investors, the UK business have to be clean from this side, have to be away from this regime. I don't want to say that I don't want a business in my country. Sure, I want that. And after the Bahrain regime, they are correct everything in the country. I will say welcome, and I will try to help my country to bring a business. But now, the business, the profit of the business, it's go in the wrong way. It's go for the guns, for killing people in Bahrain. That's why I'm here.
My name's Naila Ashraf. I'm chair of Stop the War, and I last year met a group of Bahraini students who were basically scared of speaking out about what was happening in Bahrain because they said there were spies here and their families back in Bahrain were getting knocks on the doors. So I feel like we should speak on their behalf since they're not able to due to fear. I think it's terrible that people should be scared that they can't even come out and demonstrate peacefully without being shot, and then that those that get shot won't get proper treatment because actually if the medics do treat those people, they're going to go to prison, which is what's happened now. You know, you can't talk in Britain about democracy and supporting the revolutionary movements in Egypt or in Libya and then stay quiet about what's happening in Bahrain, especially when you think that one of the biggest American bases are based in Bahrain, and yet no one talks about this. People are being killed every day in Bahrain, and yet on our TV screens we celebrate what's happening in Libya, we talk about condemning Syria, but we're quiet about Bahrain. Why? Because we do business in Bahrain? It shouldn't be acceptable that actually our business interests would come first before the people of Bahrain. And we also know the fact that what we do here is reported back in Bahrain. You saw the delegation themselves going in today. They were really shocked that we were here, that we had the audacity to tell them what we thought of them, and that's because they don't hear it in Bahrain. They're shelved from all that. What our government does, i.e. stay quiet, is not in our name, and that we will support the people of Bahrain regardless of what the business communities in Manchester choose to do with the business communities in Bahrain.
My name's Colin Barker. I used to work at the Metropolitan University. I'm retired now. We have links with people from Bahrain in this country who haven't dared to come this morning. Although they're opposed to the regime, they don't dare to have their faces in public because they're afraid that their family back in Bahrain will be in various ways intimidated and perhaps threatened. So there are quite a lot of Bahraini people who are frightened in living in the Manchester area that we're in touch with. So we're here on their behalf as well. Generally, the human rights record of that regime is absolutely appalling. They even had to call in the Saudi government to send 5,000 troops to back up their own forces against the people. So we're here simply to protest against this and to let them know what we think about it. I think it makes a difference. And some of the businessmen, a few of the business people we've spoken to said that they were concerned about the question as well. So it'd be very interesting to know inside the meeting whether anybody stands up and asks us an embarrassing question.
Well, the Greater Manchester Chamber of Commerce have given us a statement in which they say, quote, overseas markets will help support UK economic growth and provide much needed jobs at a time of increasing unemployment. By working with countries such as Bahrain, our trade links will help not only businesses but also the general population who will benefit from economic growth and job opportunities in their own countries. It's 5:22.
BBC Radio Manchester.